Hello there, welcome to the shed. I'm not in the shed, I'm in the car because that's what happens nowadays. Eventually I will venture back into the shed. Lovely, warm, humid day here. So, let's have a little chat about the Euros then, shall we? So we're now through, we got Germany. How exciting. But I have to say, it was brilliant Group F yesterday. Especially when it looked like Germany were going to finish bottom and Portugal had managed to become first, second, third and fourth, and they finally finished third. So it's England-Germany in the last 16. Sadly, we had to say goodbye to Scotland. Oh, what a shame. Right, Scotland, thanks for turning up. Don't forget to turn the lights off on your way home. That would be appreciated. Save a bit of energy. And don't forget to go home. So, how do we all feel about the prospect of Germany at Wembley? So, the way I see it, because it doesn't matter what you people think, it's all about me. You may have noticed that by now. Best thing about YouTube is you don't actually have to answer to anyone. You can give an answer. And if it's on YouTube, then it must be true. So, for me, I would rather take on 11 good Germans. They are good, they will do well potentially, but I don't think they're good enough to win it, and I don't feel that they are particularly better or worse than them in that way than England. They have quite an aging squad, and I think someone like Sterling or Foden will be able to exploit them. Would like to see Jack Grealish go up against Kimmich. Is that his name? I think he could cause troubles. I personally feel with Mason Mount possibly not being able to play in the next game because of COVID. This is one of the things which, you know, is I work in a pub. Okay? Now, if somebody comes into my pub and they're flagged up that they have had or have COVID, then anyone who was working there needs to self-isolate. Anyone who else was in the pub would have to self-isolate, and so on and so forth, which is a right balls ache, because obviously pubs are in trouble at the moment because we're not making enough money. And I know this now isn't talking Euro, we're talking COVID, but it is claimed that Billy Gilmore has COVID, which I'm sure he does. I'm not saying that they're making that stuff up, but only 2 of the England players who chatted to him have to self-isolate. So what happens then after the game, I would imagine, is Mason Mount and Ben Chilwell go into the England locker room and they get changed, and then they sit on a bus with, I don't know who they sit with, but they're all in quite close contact to each other on a bus. Probably, well, I don't know how long it takes to get to where they're staying from Wembley. You're going to imagine there was a little bit of traffic. Maybe they let the traffic die down, so they would have stayed in the locker room. So in that locker room, you'd have the England players, the England coaching staff, the England doctors. You all follow me so far? I don't think I've yet got anything which I'm not imagining. I wasn't there, so I can't confirm nor deny this. But this is what I am assuming happened. So they waited for the traffic, so they would have stayed in the locker room. In the other locker room, you've got Billy Gilmore, the Chelsea star of the game, some say, on Friday. Now, he is now in a locker room, probably doing the same with all the Scotland players. They've got a longer journey eventually anyway, because they've got to go back to Scotland, because they're not playing at Wembley. So, you know, anyone who has gone there, know it's quite a long time to get to Scotland. And if they're going on a coach, which I probably would say they're possibly not, they're probably going to go by plane. So they're going to go into an airport where there's possibly other players. They might have a private suite. So, but the whole Scotland squad management team, doctors, physios, all those people, they'd all be together, because that's what happens. So how come it's okay to have sorry, just had a bit of grass in my throat. How come it's alright that just Billy Gilmore and Mason Mount and Ben Chilwell are the only three that have to self-isolate, even though they've been around all these other players? And you can use all the, yeah, but they were in close proximity and all this bullshit. And I know it's an elite bubble, and I understand there's protocols and all that, but basically they're making it up as they go along, because there's no way that if Mason Mount and Ben Chilwell, and I don't know how much they interact in these locker rooms with the other players, but they must do to a degree. How is it possible that the rest of the England players, and I don't want them to have to pull out because of COVID, obviously I'm an England fan, I want them to win, how can they not have to pull out because these two players are in there? How is it potentially not spread? And if they've had a COVID test, what says that they don't have COVID, then fine. If it's still now they don't have COVID, then chances are they don't have COVID. So why are they still having to self-isolate? Explain that one. Anyway, that's my COVID rant over. But am I right, Peter? And now you're all thinking, who the hell's Peter? Yeah, watch Business Plays and you'll find out. Anyway, this seems like a good spot to have a little advert for another one of my friends off of YouTube. So I'm going to give a shout out to my old pal Ariel. Oh no, Andy, not again. We know all about Ariel's channel. Well, you might not, so I'm going to do it anyway. So Ariel is my former work colleague and buddy. Him off of the Philippines, the bloody Chinese, as we like to call him. And before anyone says, oh Andy, why are you being so racist? This isn't being racist, this is having a joke. This is only said because Ariel said it first. I would not go around and call him a bloody Chinese. I'm not a racist. Anyway, he said all us white people look the same anyway. But there you go. Anyway, that's enough taking the mickey out of myself and out of Ariel. Anyway, so he has his YouTube channel, The Knights of Ants, which is an occasional watch for me. I do enjoy it. I particularly love the way that he fluently and effortlessly goes from Filipino to English and back again. I have to say that there seems to be a lot more Filipino words in there than English. It's almost like he is trying to cater to a Filipino audience. Who knew? Maybe he's got a few more Filipino style people on his side than others, but a lot of them do support my channel and I do appreciate that. And if a few more of them would like to support this channel, I will take the mickey out of Ariel, because that's what I do, and I would like to think that he does the same back. I always love the way he laughs when I write on his live chats, hello princess, and he reads it and he laughs every time. But that is the man, the myth, the legend that is your boy Ariel. And go and check him out on Knights of Ants. And let's get back to my nonsense. So yeah, so it's gonna be England, Germany. Don't really think we have too much to fear. And I do believe potentially the other game of the tournament will be Belgium, Portugal. So for me, the problem every team that gets to face Portugal have is they've got a decent size, but also they got Sanchez, who is playing well. They can get him playing well. Bruno, who is an absolute superstar in the Premier League. But the one thing they have, which no other team have, is they have the best player on the planet. They have Cristiano Ronaldo. He has done it at international level. Can't really say the same for Messi, although Messi does have a gold medal. But if you'd like to see my comparison between the two, then go to my Versus series. Season 2 is with us. I do promise that episode 2 will be coming soon. I will try and get that started, filming that today. Hopefully that'll be out by next week. But yes, Season 2, Episode 1, Ronaldo versus Messi, where you've got two of the greatest players of all time. Who's your favourite, Messi or Ronaldo? Let me know in the comments, either on this this video or on my Versus. But yeah, do go and check it out. I think it's worth a watch. Goes on a bit, but you know, there's a few facts in there. The stats of those two are unbelievable. They are absolutely crazy. So as you possibly know, I was doing a Euros daily vlog, but I gave up when there was only one person ever watching it, so I didn't really see the point of carrying that on. But I am planning on doing a weekly Premier League review and a preview, obviously, for the start of the season, where I will do my predictions, and I'm also going to do a weekly predictor to see how we get on. Now, what I'm looking for is week to week someone to go up against me. So if you want to put comments, then please do give me your versions of the score. What I'm not going to do is be biased, because anyone who knows me know that I'm actually a Portsmouth fan, while our bitterest rivals are supposed to be Southampton. I can't say I care too much about them. I don't hate them anymore. Growing out of that, living in Southampton for over half my life now, it sort of takes this sting out of hating a team. So there you are. Don't really care if they win or lose. The sad existence that is your man in the shed is I actually know more of the Southampton players than I do the Portsmouth players. You know, I could give you a 1 to 11 from possibly the 1990s teams and the 1980s teams. Wouldn't have a clue who their current goalkeeper is, centre forwards, midfielders or defence. Not a clue. Don't know any of them, don't care. Just about know what league they're in. But, you know, I could give you a, yeah, this Southampton player is better than that Southampton player verdict. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a quick run through the teams, see how we feel that they're going to do. And I'm going to start with that shortly. And just have a brief look at the two teams now, and we'll have a look at any incoming transfers. I'm sure there'll be some pronunciations of players who I can't pronounce, because that's modern football. And that's just the English players. Let's be fair. There's plenty of English players, and you're thinking, how are you English? Why are you not John Smith? You know, used to be a day where you had Alan Shearer from, well, yeah, I can pronounce him. Raheem Sterling. Raheem isn't me first go-to name when I think of Englishmen, but you know, Sterling's doing well. He's our top goal scorer in the Euros with 2 out of 2 goals, but it doesn't matter. As my mate Rob Dog, how you doing, Rob Dog? Hope you're delivering well. I think you're off today anyway. But like Rob Dog says, this is the tournament form that we want. We're not playing high octane, exciting football. Certainly not doing that. And we're not conceding goals at all. We've not conceded a goal so far in 3 games. And okay, it wasn't the greatest display against Scotland, but what's the matter? At the end of the day, we're still in this tournament. We're still looking like we could potentially go further. We've got the Germans, and then my son says, oh yeah, get past the Germans, it should be easy from that. Yeah, just gotta get past the Germans. but we potentially could get the Dutch. I think we could beat them as well. I don't think that's sound defensively. Eventually we're going to have to face France, Portugal, Belgium, one of the big boys, or Italy. I've gone for Italy, but in my heart I still want England, because I'm an Englishman at the end of the day, and I want us to win something in my lifetime. That would be amazing. Imagine living your life and your national teams never even won anything. Would you? I suppose if you're Scottish, you're sort of used to that, but there you go. There's an insult like the Scots. Why not? So that's what I got planned then, is a Premier League preview and review with a weekly predictions, potentially a little chat about it afterwards, and a roundup of what's happened. And I'm also going to do a roundup of what people say. And where am I going to get this from? Well, I love to listen to the radio. Anyone who knows me, I'm like, oh God, he's got the bloody radio on again. But I do love the radio, and we will listen there. And the plan is, I'll get some opinions there. I always love it. I love listening to the naive and potentially stupid people who think, oh yeah, our team's better. There was the one a few years ago when Liverpool were incredible. It was just after it was Man City winning the league and Liverpool coming second, the highest ever second. I think they got, was it 97 points, and Man City got 98 points. And it was going into the following season. So Man City and Liverpool have just done that. And then this, what can I call him? So we'll call him an Arsenal fan, but he was a little bit deluded, and he was saying that Arsenal's defence was better. Get this one, Arsenal fans. Any Arsenal fans out there who agree with this man, then do get back. This is when Arsenal's defence, like it has been since Sol Campbell left, really, I suppose, absolute dog shite. And he was claiming that Bellerin was a better defender than Trent Alexander. Okay, whatever. And David Luiz, this is the best one. David Luiz is better than Virgil van Dijk. Yeah, that's hard to disagree with that one. I'm sure you'll agree. So yeah, we'll be taking an in-depth look at the idiots off of the radio who decide to vent their anger. The other ones I love are where only when they lose do they ever call. And that's the Newcastle fans. Say, oh yeah, Steve Bruce is rubbish. As soon as they start winning, you don't hear from Newcastle fans. So yeah, there are certain fans out there who are absolute morons, and the Arsenal fans are up there possibly as A-grade morons. And the other thing I love about football is, oh yeah, we won. You won? How did you win? How are you involved in the team? Well, support them, don't I? Okay, so how does that possibly help them? And how does that possibly make it you? You won. You're claiming you won. You have absolutely nothing to do with how well that team do. All you do is sit on your fat ass, allegedly, potentially, and claim that you're playing the game, which you're not. It's got nothing to do with anything you do, but you're claiming you won. I understand that you want to support a team, and that's absolutely bloody brilliant, but you're not playing, you're not the player, you're not the manager, you're not the coach. And they always claim to know better than Pep, or know better than Jurgen. You know, these are, you know, the reason they're doing the jobs they are is because they're some of the best in the business. And yeah, you do get, obviously, it does go wrong. Look at Jose Mourinho. Don't think he is as good now as he was 15 years ago. Certainly when he first came to this country, he was an absolute phenomenon, and he's won the Champions League 3 times with 3 different clubs. I don't think anyone else has done that. He is a proper great manager, but he's a bit of a knobhead as well. And yeah, we'll have a chat, we'll have a look at the managers, we'll give our predictions of who we think will be fired first, because that's always exciting. That's always a bit, you know, oh yeah, thanks for turning up, but yeah, we don't want you anymore. We decided that after 1 defeat, that's it, we can't take defeat anymore, you need to go, we need to be winning all our games. Anyway, so last 16's coming up. Enjoy the last 16. Hope England get through. It's hope to see some world-class football. Obviously, also going on at the moment is the Copa America. Not interested in that. But the Premier League reviews, Premier League, FA Cup, Euros, European Cup, all that malarkey we will highlight in my weekly football vlog. Anyway, this has been your man in the shed, Andy P. Clearly in the car, because I'm in the car. See you, pals.